Now, I know some of you have got to be as hype as I am for this new Overwatch patch that is coming soon. I don't know in the exact date when the patch is going to drop with the new map, but I just know there's definitely going to be some change to the meta, especially with a certain few characters, but I'll get to that later. But there's one thing I had to address for this next update that I'm definitely going to like. Hold on. I had to prepare myself for this a little bit. Alright. The Oni Genji and Officer Diva skins were added to the classic loot boxes, so now I don't have to play Heroes of the Storm to get those skins. Yes, I knew it was happening. I knew it would happen eventually. I knew it. I called it. I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I don't have to force myself to suffer through 10, 15 games of Heroes of the Storm just to get those skins. I knew they couldn't risk not giving away such good skins to the public. Like, come on now, Jeff. Come on now. I know you're behind this, Jeff. And I know you're behind some of these hero updates too. Now, another thing I wanted to mention was the brand new map, the Horizon Lunar Colony map. It's a brand new assault map, which was stated in an interview with Jeff Kaplan, of course, our boy Jeff Kaplan, that they wanted to put in another assault map because a lot of people requested it. So they're like, okay, let's put in another assault map. And I could definitely say that the design for this map is beautiful. Not only is the map cool and look beautiful, but there's so much you could do on it. So many different tiny details, so many big details that you could just see that could change the pace of a match in a second. And I think the biggest thing about this map is how when you go outside of the Horizon Lunar Colony base, pretty much all the sound is gone, or it's dimmed dramatically because you're in space. And that's a detail I really appreciate because you're out in space, all of the sound is going to be gone. And one thing that I didn't even think about until I saw it happen was that you can't hear ults coming either. So if a Hanzo is inside the base ulting and you're outside, you will not hear it coming at all. You will not be able to hear it. Just think, oh crap, I gotta get out of the way. No, you have to be looking at it. You cannot hear it. You can't hear Winston ult. You can't hear anything. Like even if Tracer would have blink in on you and put down a pulse bomb, you wouldn't hear a thing. So if he snuck up behind you and put down on you, you wouldn't even know until you exploded and died. And I think that's pretty ridiculous. That could definitely be a big change in the meta. And now onto these patch notes for the certain characters. Now, not that many characters were updated in this patch, but there were some pretty interesting updates. In the main one, I'm kind of split on who the biggest change was added to, but I do think it was Reaper. Now that I think about it, Reaper got a new passive ability called the Reaping. So all the health orbs that he gets when he kills somebody, those are all gone. But now he gains 20% of all damage done to heroes as health. So that means it's pretty much like a lifesteal ability that you would get in MOBAs. But that also means that like 20% of all damage done to heroes, the damage isn't going to be done the same depending on who the character is. So say like a really squishy hero versus a really tanky hero, he's not going to get the same health back depending on who it is. And same with like if someone has a Discord orb on them, or is or was hit with the capsule by Ana, he's gonna gain more health depending on what they were hit by. And I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But in the comment it says Reaper's old healing passive was useful if you could kill a bunch of enemies in a row, but since enemies needed to be dead for it to work, it wasn't very helpful unless the situation was already in your favor, which is definitely true. It didn't really help unless you're already in an advantageous situation. His new passive lets him get immediate benefit from it, especially when fighting tank heroes, which tend to be larger targets that deal lower amounts of damage. And that's pretty big. Now, Reaper had already dropped from the meta a little bit, according to a lot of people, which in my opinion I kind of agree with. He was more so situational. He was more so the type of thing to where I guess you could say on a 2 CP map, if you wanted to pull a Sombra ult to Death Blossom combo, which definitely was pretty good. That could definitely turn the game in your favor dramatically. But he was mostly really situational. But for something like this, I'm watching for all you new Reaper mains that are going to come out of the woodworks. I know you're hiding right now. You're going to act like you're not doing it now, but don't worry, I see you coming. The next biggest one was definitely Roadhog. Now, his bullet damage was decreased by 33%. His fire rate was increased by 30%, and his clip size was increased from 4 to 5. And now his clip size being increased from 4 to 5, that's good, but his fire rate being increased by 30%, that pretty much tells me that not only is he going to be even better and against a dive composition team, that also says that if he misses a hook he can't be punished as easily. So if he misses a hook, normally that's pretty much, oh wait, the Roadhog misses hook. That means I can go in now. He can't really do much to me because he has so much lag on his guns. But no, now he can pretty much go boom, boom, boom. Hit his shots off a lot quicker and a lot faster. And it doesn't matter if you're going from his left click to his right click. It has so much less lag that it's just like, bro, missing a hook isn't nearly as dramatic as it was before. But now, even hitting a hook against certain characters like Genji or Ana it's a lot harder for him to get the kill on because of his damage was decreased. So now he does a one shot. He one shots less people. He still one shots a good amount of the squishier characters, but he just has less that he one shots. It will take like 1 or 2 hits, but still, even if he doesn't get the one shot off, his fire rate was increased enough for him still to get a good enough hit for him to escape. Unless it's someone like a Genji who immediately has his dash out of a hook who he can dash away from, or if it's just someone like McCree who's mashing the fan hammer and wants to get that kill up on the Roadhog quick. I think that change the Roadhog is going to be really big. He was already done before, and I'm blaming you, Jeff. I still get hooked around corners. I still get hooked when I'm falling off a ledge. Someone's going to save my life, and I still die for it. I'm just playing. But the last one of the hero updates was McCree. I'm gonna be honest, his ultimate was bad, and they knew it was bad. That's why they said his ultimate can deal a lot of damage when it has time to build up, but it was too difficult to get a small amount of damage before it was already stopped or he was killed in that time. So they had to do it. It says damage accumulated over the first 1 second increased from 20 to 80 damage per second after the first 1 second is unchanged. Holy crap, that is huge damage increase. Now that damage increase is definitely befitting of an ultimate for him. That's really good. Not only does it make Deadeye even stronger, but it makes a more viable option, and not just as a scare tactic to get people to run away or force them in an uncomfortable position so you can push your advantage, but now it's actually a viable ultimate kill option. Of course, you're still going to have to take out things like your Reinhardt or your Orisa shields or things like that, but it's still a much better option now, and I can definitely see how that can change the meta. I could definitely see it being an impact, not as much as the Reaper or Roadhog, because all the Reapers going to come out of nowhere. But yeah, these were some really interesting changes, and I'm really liking what they were doing with this update. If you guys are hyped for this brand new Overwatch update and can't wait for it to be released to the public, then please hit that like button below, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe for much more content to come. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Meta, signing out. Peace, guys. Have a good day.